A very good afternoon, friends, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here in this session on coal gasification and coal to liquid fuels. In fact, as Chairman very rightly said, this subject is already, envisaging a lot of interest, where we are finding that a lot of technologies, although coal to liquid fuels was also being practiced long back, but now this interest of coal to gasify and then go for designer fuels. You can generate power from syngas, you can have designer fuels, chemicals produced, you can even produce hydrogen out of it. And then well-established technologies downstream through FT process also is there. And we have also the technologies of fuel cells which are coming up. And in fact, if you gasify the coal, you can use that gas, which is CO, CO2, and to some extent hydrogen or methane, whatever it is. You can use it in SOFC, solid oxide fuel cells. I have a friend of mine who is sitting here, is an expert on that from Canada. And these are the opportunities which are available to us, and fuel cells, those who know that, are much more efficient than other turbines or gas engines, etc., or the liquid fuel engines. My friend sitting on my right has a technology to convert coal into ethanol. Now, ethanol is a very good fuel which we have been producing from molasses and have been blending it with motor spirit. But there is a limitation because of the sugarcane plantation. You cannot be doing in a much larger way, and also it's a water-intensive crop. So you really, if you need more ethanol for blending with motor gasoline, you need ethanol from various sources. People have been trying lignocellulosic biomass to ethanol, but I was very happy that Selenas has a technology for converting coal or even petcoke from refineries to convert it into ethanol. And the characteristics of such ethanol is so close to the ethanol produced from molasses, etc. You just cannot, and anything which meets the specifications of ethanol prescribed by the Bureau of Indian Standards can get into blending of motor gasoline. Presently, oil companies have been doing 5% blending, but if they have to go as per the mandate of the government to 10%, or maybe the intended spirit of going to 20% also, I think we'll need ethanol from sources like coal, petcoke, and other sources other than molasses or sugarcane. And we will also need from waste gases also. So that's the ethanol. But certainly coal gasification can have, give us hydrogen also, which can be used directly in fuels. As I mentioned, in SOFC you can use it along with CO and CO2. But if you have neat hydrogen produced, you can use it in the PEM fuel cells, etc. So there are several opportunities which are coming up so that energy utilization will become much better and cleaner. The second is that you burn coal, you will have a lot of pollution, but when you burn these through the liquid fuels, like ethanol also is a clean burning fuel. The pollution caused by the engines is much lower with ethanol as compared to motor gasoline. And even in diesel also you can blend with certain additives and it will reduce pollution. So we are looking at these opportunities to not only use the energy in a more efficient manner, but also looking at opportunities to curb pollution and also reduce greenhouse gas emissions ultimately at the end of the day. I think with these opening remarks, I will hand over back to the chairman, and maybe we can request speakers one by one.